Yesterday, I made a video about Dimarzio pickups, and my partner said, you should tell your story about Dimarzio because you've had quite a long history with Dimarzio pickups and guitars. I thought, bingo, good idea. So, the first time I had a Dimarzio pickup, it was a Dimarzio Super Distortion. I'm sure that's the only thing that was available back then. It was in the 70s. And I put it in my Les Paul copy, which was a great guitar. But I turned down getting in its 1969 SG because I wanted a Les Paul because Duane Allman played one. Later on, I found out the guy holding a Les Paul guitar on the Allman Brothers was Dickie Betts, not Duane Allman. So, anyway, it made the guitar sound a million times better. And then I went through a bunch of Ibanez's. The Ibanez had Super 70s pickups, like the original Carina Destroyer. And Ibanez, I had a bunch of Ibanez guitars. I had a double neck for a while. My friend Bill Hoffman had a Strat with the most beautiful raised wood grain on it, and it was, better than the Fender Strats that were out. And anyway, so later on, a couple years later, I get an Ibanez Iceman. I traded my friend Kevin Gron a Black Thunderbird bass, a Gibson, and I needed a guitar really bad. And he was a big Paul Stanley fan, so he had Ibanez make him one. Before production, it was like a pre-production model. And it had a Dimarzio Super Distortion in the rear pickup, and I played hundreds of gigs with that thing. And it always sounded great. The front pickup was not that great. It was a stock Ibanez. In 1986, during Dr. Mastermind, Kurt James burnt my Memphis Strat. He set it on fire for a picture. He said, it won't hurt it. It ended up burning my whole guitar horribly. And so he said, I'll take care of it. He got me an endorsement deal with Chandler Guitars. They gave me a PJ bass. He hooked me up with Steve Blucher at Dimarzio. And it was really funny. He said, kid, this is like the welfare system of the music business. So, okay. And I was broke. I was an apartment manager. My wife and I both together made $500 a month. And, that didn't cover dodging the bullets that came in the middle of the night at this place called The Villa, which is a song that's on the Dr. Mastermind album. But they were put into this bassist behind me. The pickups finally just kind of, they've been sweated on. I played hundreds of gigs with that bass. And when I pulled them out of the bass, they basically fell apart. And about that time, I got approached by EMG, and they said, "Hey, endorse it. I'll give you." They gave me an artist pricing endorsement, so I buy the pickups for artist pricing, which is cheaper, and so I got EMGs in that bass. But man, I never found a non-active precision bass pickup as good as Dimarzio. I played there's a weird custom precision bass, and the necks are gigantic. I like jazz basses. And in the studio at Dr. Mastermind recording, Mike Morning said, I don't believe you can play the bass set like you do. So here, you're going to redo it, because we did the basics in Portland and then went down to California to do the overdubs. He gave me this bass. I had an EMG prototype. I'm like the prototype guy. But it had that sound I've been looking for forever. So now I finally have that. But now I've got a new Ibanez Iceman. Well, about a few years ago, an Ibanez Sam Topman from Dragon Force. And as you can see, let's see if we can zoom in a bit. It's got one of those fake Seymour Duncans. Yep. I thought it was a real thing, but I never bought anything. So I played some guitar that had a JB in it. I thought, oh, that sounds good. Because the quantum pickups that are in this guitar, I don't like them at all. But I think a tone zone would be great in that guitar. And that Ibanez... Uh-oh. I'm disrupting the background. The Ibanez AHM 470. This is a great guitar. And it's got a super distortion too, which I don't really like as well. Yeah, it's just got too much high end. I like it rolled off. That's why the JB sounded good to me. I also have this little Jackson here that I thought I liked the sound of the JB, so I bought one of these. But that turns out to be fake. That's the one with the gold pickup frame. So basically, I got ripped off. One is exactly like a Seymour Duncan, but the type, somebody said no, it's almost it, but it's the font's just a little bit different. I don't know. That's why I would love to have some new Dimarzio tone zone pickups for all these guitars, 4 of them. So maybe we can work something out. And if Steve Blucher's watching, hi, this is me. I talk funny because I had a stroke, but I can see better than I couldn't see at all for a couple of years. But I still keep going. Yep. I'm that dumb Irishman. But in the funny clothes. At least you'll remember my hat. And don't tell Gladys Kravitz I stole it. Ah! Okay. So, I don't have my Resident Alien shirt on. I love that show. Okay, that's basically, I got to get back to recording these songs because I've got 3 albums. I've got 27 songs. All the basics are done. I just need to put lead guitar and lead vocals and write the lyrics. So that'll take me a week for each album probably. And the new album called Curse of the Wild Dogs, which is a funny story because I tried calling myself Dr. Mastermind in 1998 when I had a new lineup together to play with. We got booked for Great White and Dawkin at the local place that used to be called Starry Night. And I go down to pick up the posters and I go, I don't want to be wild. I don't want, like Seinfeld, I don't want to be a cowboy. I don't want to be wild dogs. He goes, you are the Wild Dogs, no matter what. The band wouldn't happen without you. Your name's on the poster. That's who you're going to be, at least for this gig. If you want to play it, fine. I don't care what you do. Afterwards, no, I just kept it. But I went back to the Ravers because that's the first record contract I got ever in my life in 1980. And with that band, I can do any kind of music. It's punk, it's new wave, it's pop, it's heavy metal. And if Castbox and Billboard pick it as the album of the week, that's more than I got with Wild Dogs. So that's the way for the ball bounces. But that's the way the ball bounces on that one. I quit drinking. I lost half my friends. Yeah, the double vision cleared up. We have a math expert in the house here. Okay, well, I'm going to go. I want to remind you that this guitar and 4 others would surely love to have a Tone Zone by Dimarzio. It would be different if COVID hadn't come and my job at a college that I'd been working at for 20 years didn't die. I would have the money just to buy it right out and not bother with this groveling. But Steve Blucher said you'll have to grovel, so I'm groveling. Dimarzio, folks, Mr. Dimarzio, Larry, I'm groveling. Boy, I'm groveling already. What's a guy like me doing in a place like this? I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood with blonde hair and blue eyes and a name like McCourt. Yeah. They picked on me. Good night, oh yeah. Remember, Dimarzio rocks the world.